what I'm gonna do with my life anymore that Big Brother's over. It's a really sad thing to say, but whoa, my chair. Big Brother literally in this house for me and my mother is like the freaking best thing ever. Like, we watch it. We don't have the live feeds, but because to be honest, I would not be able to be watching that the whole time. Oh my gosh. But we have Showtime, and we have obviously the show, and I basically read everything that happens on the live feeds on blogs and Twitter, and we like talk about it 24/7, and we're like always talking about games and like who's gonna win, and now it's over, and I don't know what I'm gonna do every Wednesday, Thursday, and Sunday anymore. It's so sad. I don't know what to do. But alright, let's talk about last night. Oh my gosh, Danielle, you are so dumb. Again, I say this every time, but you're the dumbest. HOH, Dan freaking convinces Ian and Danielle to drop. Can't even believe it. Ian wins. He's obviously going versus Dan. I don't know this for a fact, but I really feel like Dan was throwing that last HOH competition, because that was, he suddenly was doing such a bad streak that I don't know if he really didn't remember, or if he like was like, well, I don't want to lose Danielle's vote, because I remember reading online that Dan was actually changing his mind and saying he wanted to go with Ian instead of Danielle, because he didn't think he could beat Danielle, because, but I don't know if that was just him talking because he, you know, he was just like being Dan and making stuff up, but I don't know. Dan and Ian first. Ian wins. He sends Danielle out the door. She's unbelievably angry. It's hilarious. Then they drop the bomb that freaking Dan had to deal with freaking Ian. Oh my god, that was so funny. And Danielle's like, I can't believe Dan didn't win though. Like, but I think that if we were in the jury house, based off of what we actually saw in the house, then I think maybe that makes sense that Ian won. But since we are seeing the diary rooms, and we're seeing that Dan basically manipulated everyone, and we're seeing it not having us ourselves be manipulated, then like if we like, since we saw that, then we're like, because I feel like most everyone thinks Dan should have won, like the majority, because I mean Janelle and Will have basically been saying they think Dan needs to win, but they've been watching it like we have. They haven't been in there like getting screwed over, and I mean it makes sense that Ian won if you really think about it. But I think when they go back and watch the actual show, they're gonna be like, oh man, Dan. I feel like they're gonna be thinking that Dan probably should have won. Don't get me wrong, final two dream team for me was Ian and Dan. Ian, I was just like, he was good, but he really did kind of listen to Brittany a lot. And I mean, he did make his own moves and stuff, so he did hold his own, which for being so young, aka like as old as me, because he's 21, I'm 22. I was really impressed with how and since he has all those social problems like he was talking about, and I think he said he was autistic, like those are challenges that he probably had to overcome every day, and the fact that he made it this long was pretty impressive. And he can be like, I beat Dan Giesling in Big Brother, like, oh my god. And he's such a fan that he was probably so happy that he was so cute though when he won. It was just adorable. I was like, aw, I'm glad you won, but I really wanted Dan to win. But Dan still wants some money. I just think the jury house was being real emotional, and I still can't believe Danielle is the only one to vote for Dan. Joe freaking Judas jokes. Shut up. Everyone just shut up. Shane's being a crybaby. Dan screwed me over and Danielle screwed me over, but then Danielle didn't screw him over, and then he's just all, why did you do this to me? Shut up. Okay, yes, if I was in their situation, I would be pissed. Be like, effing, I just lost my chance to get monies. But you know what? If I was in the game, for me, as a fan and I would be thankful enough to make it to jury house. All right, I made it this far, thank God. Of course, I'd want to win, but I mean, if I made it to jury house, I'd be pretty happy. Shane, I was watching his interview or whatever, and he doesn't even know. He hadn't even heard about Big Brother. And Dan and Ian are like both super fans of Big Brother, so that's why I was kind of glad they were both the final two. And Ian, of course, won. It was so cute. Will was really funny. He cracks me up. Eli Joe! This is my last video talking about Big Brother 14. It's a really bittersweet day because today should be Big Brother evictions, but it's over. I really am upset about this. I'll be alright because a lot of my favorite shows are coming back next week. How I Met Your Mother, Big Bang Theory. Next month, American Horror Story. I think The League and It's Always Sunny starts sometime in this month. American Horror Story is next month. Walking Dead. So I'll be pretty busy. Like right now, the only show I'm watching is Big Brother. So hopefully I'll get immersed in my free time. Or maybe I could study. No. Alright. It's been fun. It's been a great Big Brother 14. It's been great talking to you, everybody on Tumblr and on Twitter. And it's just always so great when Big Brother's around because I feel like all the fans just on the internet just come together and they're just like talking and we're all friends, I feel like. But I don't know any of you. It's just a really great time. And I'm gonna miss it. So, see you next summer. Bye!